think your mic's muted, bro.
Yo, yo. Y'all can hear me?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no.
Yes, yes.
My bad. Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, guys?
Yo, what up? What up?
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
Y'all just seen that game?
Which one?
Tom Brady and the Rams?
Haven't. All right. Okay. So, what's good, everybody? My bad for like the last minute, like super early webinar. Normally we do the webinars like at 8, 9 o'clock, but I have some things that I have to attend to later, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So what I'm gonna do, like always, is pretty much just a regular chart breakdown. We're gonna cover silver, we're gonna cover GJ, we're gonna cover gold, look at some potential setups for the week and what we could potentially expect. And then you guys can ask me any questions. We'll get the Q&A out of the way, and then I'll post the breakdown on the course. I'm guessing my Wi-Fi lagged out.
He's froze, right?
All right, can you guys hear me? I had lagged out there for a second. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my Wi-Fi. Can you guys still see my screen or no?
Nah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, now yeah.
Yeah.
Just making sure. All right. So let me admit all these other people in. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna start the breakdown with gold. So I actually.
Yeah, recording, I think. Oh yeah, you are now.
Yeah, it should be recording. So I actually do have a buy position here on gold. Normally, I don't like holding trades over the week, but the setup was just too clean and I had to take the position. So pretty much when it comes down to gold, one thing that we were discussing last week's, I think, peer review session is that gold ended up breaking above 1830, which is this level of resistance that, you know, over the last few months, gold has been rejecting time and time again. We've seen a lot of selling pressure at this level of resistance. Now it actually seems that gold has actually broken above, and there's a lot of buying pressure. There's a lot of bullish volume here as well, where prices actually had a strong closure above on this day as well. So this was the confirmed break of 1830. So one thing that we always speak about with inside of the group is that once a level of support or a level of resistance breaks, just simply wait for the retest. That is going to be the best buying opportunity for you to potentially take a trade. Now, when it came down to this day, I didn't know, but I had pretty much made the assumption that gold wasn't going to actually
Hello.
retest.
Yeah, he's like
That happened again.
yeah, he's lagged out.
You guys hear me? A webinar. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi. I've been having Wi-Fi issues for like the last 2 days. But basically what I was saying with gold is, or not just gold, with any currency pair really, is the best buying opportunity for you after a break is going to be a retest. Why? Because we're waiting for that buying pressure to be established. We're waiting for a level of support to be established, and especially with the situation that's going on here in gold. So if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a nice cross of the moving averages. We have nice higher highs and higher lows. So here's a low, here's a higher high, or a high in this situation, higher low. And now this is our current structure point, higher high. So we have 2 rejections here, making this a potential higher low point at about 1827. So when it came down to me actually buying gold, the first signs of a rejection were this bearish candlestick here. Notice how price tried pushing under 1830, but then ended up closing back above. Pay attention to the next 2 following 4-hour candlesticks. both rejected 1830 and this 21 SMA very nicely. At that point in time, that's where I actually started to look to take on buy positions. And once this candlestick actually closed, this pin bar candlestick is when I took my buy position with my stop loss under these lows here. Not too much under the lows, but just enough so where if price would actually break under these lows, then we would probably see gold continue to go down at that point in time. So I took a pretty aggressive entry here because I wanted to get into a trade as close to 1830 as possible. And I know this is a very, very strong buy signal here. Now, all I'm simply waiting for is for gold to push up probably into this 1843 level, then potentially 18. And we'll look for 1850. Let me mute everybody real quick and let everybody else in the trade let everybody else in the webinar. But we have one rejection here. We have a second rejection here, multiple rejections of 1830 here. And then we have the buy signal here. So that's why I ended up taking a long position there, along with this little double bottom pattern. So I'm going to be expecting gold to continue to go up. My overall target would be 1850 for about 3.6 times my risk. And potentially when gold is at 1840-ish, I'll probably look to move my stops to break even and start trailing my stop loss. We'll see what happens with gold over the next few hours. It's a pretty clean trade. Again, I'm not really expecting much until London session. Now, when it comes down to silver, it's very similar, the concept itself. So silver ended up breaking above this level here at about, let's call it 24, 23.9. So it did break above this level of resistance. All I'm simply waiting for to look to buy silver again, it's the same exact concept. Waiting for silver to pull back into this 24 level where I'll look to take price up to 24.8. So it's the same break and retest concept that I'm looking at. And again, we're only waiting for these breaks and retests at these major levels because again, we have a level that has support where support is actually established. After support is established, we look to make an entry at really the buy signal that you determine is a strong buy signal, which is a bullish engulfing, a pin bar, a bullish variation pattern, whatever the signal might be for you. Stop loss under support, take profit, your next level of resistance or your previous high. So silver, pretty simple setup. Not really going to look to buy silver unless price comes back down into this area here because this will create the best buying opportunity. But just because price comes down into this area, again, we have to wait for that little consolidation and then rejection to the upside. We'll look to target 24.8. Now, when it comes down to GJ pretty much went straight to 153,800, which is a level I've been paying attention to for quite some time. So GJ actually ended up breaking under 155 flat, which I'm going to be looking for GJ to pull back up into this 155 area where I'll actually look to continue to go short. Other than that, there's no real trade setup here on GJ because this is a straight impulse to the downside. So at this point in time, you could use a Fibonacci retracement tool, point A to point B. You could see that the 50%, not even the 38.20, really the 50% is in this area where I would like to look to actually go short. Now, why 155 is where I'm looking to go short? Simple, you look left. You always look at previous levels of structure. We have structure here, here, and then here. Notice all the rejections to this area. We can also zoom out and look at what happened previously with this level. We had a big reaction out of this level at one point in time back here in November. You look to the left a little bit more, you see some resistance as price is approaching 155. Then you look left a little bit more and you see all of this structure within this range. That's why I'm going to be looking to sell GJ at that area. I'm not going to be looking for a trade in between. Now it'd be a little bit of a different story if price continues to break and then retest this 153 level, where then I'll look to continue to go short back into the 152s. So GJ long term, based off of this weekly time frame, I'm going to be looking for price to come into this 152,500 range, where we will then wait and see what actually happens. We pay attention to the monthly. So far, it is rejecting these monthly highs. It is rejecting this monthly level of resistance. So I'm going to be looking for that on GJ. We had a very strong bearish closure also last week with GJ as well. So I'm going to be expecting for price to continue to trade lower. We might we might see GJ actually struggle around this 153, 140 area before potentially breaking down to 152, 500. But as of right now, again, the only setup I'm looking for is this 154, 155 level. I'm guessing I lagged out again. So I don't know why my internet's garbage, but that sums up pretty much the breakdown. I apologize for the internet troubles. Does anybody have any questions on anything I've covered so far on either GJ, gold, or silver? We also broke down. Any questions?
So on GJ,
Yeah,
so Ralph, can you hear me? I see it's a 4-hour level at around 154, 500.
okay.
Do you think you could potentially look for shorts there?
154, 500 right here. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
We could look for shorts there, but the thing is, it's not a significant enough pullback for me to actually want to go short in this area. I see the level you're talking about. You're talking about this area right here. The thing is, it's not a significant enough of a pullback for me to want to actually get in on the trade. You have to think about pullbacks as discounts for you. So you want to think about the bigger the pullback, the bigger the discount, the more reward you could potentially gain on your on what you're risking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, gotcha, bro.
Yeah. So that's not why I would look to short GJ there on that area. And it would be like a very short-term trade because there's support at 153, 850. So you know that's very, very close. It's like 30 pips.
Yo, Raul. How come you traded the market open instead of waiting for London session?
I actually traded the market close.
Oh, okay. So you've been having that ever since market close.
Yeah, ever since the market closed. I normally don't take positions around market close, but the setup was just so clean that all sessions really going to do is push price in my favor. Now I know price can come back down and probably consolidate around 1830 again, but the fact that we had 3 major rejections being here, here, and then here, plus I got my buy signal right on 1830, which is confirmation enough for me to actually want to take the trade. Plus I'm in profit almost what I risked. I'm in profit like 30 some pips. So, you know, it's a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. I've hit that already. I could close the position if I really wasn't confident enough in the trade. But I do see the trade pushing up to about 1843. And if it breaks that area, we'll go to 1850. So I'm going to wait and see how that actually plays out. Have about a stop.
Would you recommend like if you see a setup that you've been waiting for and it's at a different session, like would you recommend taking it or just waiting for the session, your actual session, like the trading session that you trade?
Well, since we're not scalping and we're not solely relying on volume, except we're looking for like an overall move, right? And these setups take longer to play out. Ultimately, it's up to you. And you've got to make that decision as a trader. As you could see, I took a trade a little bit before market closed. So really it's up to you and how clean the setup is. You know, if you have a pretty good understanding of stop loss placement and target placement, you know, you just got to look at the pros and cons. Because also what could happen to me is that gold comes down, hits my stop, and it comes right back up, consolidates, continues to trade higher. And I could have avoided taking a loss here. Again, it just comes down to pros and cons. To me, the setup is always going to be more important than session.
For sure, yeah, because of the intraday, it's in more intraday. It's
Yeah,
not scalping.
yeah, I'm not really scalping. Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yo.
What's good, bro?
Yo, when it comes to GJ, can you see like a pullback to like the 155? Not exactly 155, but like to the around the 155 area.
Yeah.
And then anyway, going short.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking for GJ to pull back into this like 155 area.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah,
we
that's what
also have this with the SMA.
all right, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be waiting for on GJ.
Alright, bro.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Raul, I have a question.
Yeah.
For your targets, do you set your targets based on the time frame that you took your entry, or more on like overall zones?
Mainly the zones.
Okay. And let's say you take an entry on the 30-minute or the 1 hour, and your target it's on the based on the daily time frame. How do you place your stop loss?
Oof, you would have to place it under the daily lows.
Under the daily loss? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yo, can you break down GU real quick?
I mean, GU, I haven't traded GU in a while. But I mean, just looking at GU, start on the weekly. On the weekly, there's a big bearish engulfing off of this 50 SMA. And one thing we were talking about, I think the last time I looked at GU was to see if GU could actually pull back into this level of support here, where we could look to take a buy position back up. If you go to the daily time frame, we have a huge impulse on the daily, but we could see a bigger move back down to 150, 1.343, which is this other level of support. Because if you look at it, this isn't really significant here on this daily time frame. So GU could potentially keep going down. This market structure right now is very bearish. It is making lower lows and lower highs, as you could see here. So currently GU is at a lower low point. So unless this structure actually changes, I would continue to look to go short. Or if you're looking to buy, then I would be a little bit more conservative in this situation. Look for that break, that retest, and then look to take price higher at that point in time. Other than that, I would maintain a short bias where I would look for GU to pull back into this black horizontal line, which is a level of support and resistance, where you could see GU come back into this next level over here. So that's what I would wait for on GUs. If you mean, you just gotta look left.
It should look clean. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yo, Raul, I mean, I have another one right here. So when you were starting off, I guess like your first 2 years, like how many hours would you back test for?
To be honest, I didn't back test like crazy. I back tested pretty much until I had like 500-600 trades and verified that the way I was trading, the way I was approaching the market didn't have an edge. And then after that, I was just live testing, or forward testing is what people like to call it.
Oh, but like 500 trades in like however amount of time. Like you would do it in like a week
I
or a
think
month.
I did it within like a year.
Oh, okay. And then that would be your edge. And then you basically just define it off of all those trades.
Yeah. Basically is how I did it.
Yo, Raul,
Yeah.
when's your live trading videos coming up?
I have one recorded, but I don't have like a bunch. So as I start trading, I'm gonna be adding more and more, kind of just like the webinar section.
All right.
Yeah, because all throughout when I started this course, all throughout November, December, I barely traded. So I didn't record much content for that section.
All right.
Are the sections that are missing on the course back up, or are they not?
One of them should be. And the video with the trading journal section should have been replaced by now. But I have to remake some of the content.
Bro.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yo, Raul, good night.
So,
I have one. When is the best moment to buy if the price has broken above of a resistance? I mean, in the daily price, the price closed above of the resistance, but in one day we have one candle.
there goes my internet.
When is the best time frame to wait wait the pullback and come buy.
So you gotta remember with the daily time frame, right? You have to wait for a confirmed break. You have to wait for the first candle to close above, then you have to wait for another candle to close above resistance for that confirmed break. So then the third candle will typically be the pullback back into your zone. Then the fourth daily candle will be the rejection. If typically that's what happens here. So you take the example on gold, let's call it. So we have the first candle, which closed above, right? You have the second candle, which closed above as well, which is the confirmed break. Then you have the third candle, which is the pullback into the zone, and the rejection candle. Then this candle potentially could be the continuation candle. Or this candle could also be consolidation candle. And the next day it could be the continuation candle. I mean, typically you have to wait for this candle to break above, then that's a confirmed break. Because what can happen is something like this, right? Let's just pretend like this is up here, right? You have a candle close above resistance, the next one closes right back under and it's rejected. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That was a mistake for me because I wait to the price break above of the resistance, wait to the next day and make a buy. But sometimes the price doesn't continues to trade high. I mean, I fail.
Yeah, you gotta remember all time frames have to be in sync.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else have any questions for me? Anything they want me to cover?
Yo, when's that day trading institution merge coming out?
It's coming soon. I don't think I'm gonna do day trading institution merch, but I think I'm gonna do like regular trading merch. That's what I want to do.
Some hoodies, some shirts, boy. I'm down.
Facts,
Yeah,
facts.
we need to use that when we go into May, when you go down May.
FX Summit.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
want merch for the summit for you guys. So
Facts,
all of my students who go to the FX Summit, you'll get a free t-shirt.
facts.
Can we meet you there, Raul?
Of course, I'll be at the FX Summit.
All right.
I'll be at the FX Summit. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Can
Worst
you just
case
pull your
scenario-
GJ chart up real quick? You don't have to say anything. Can you just pull it up? All right, thank you.
Yo, when's the new YouTube video coming?
Is that what it was? You wanted to see my levels?
Yeah, the one that you said it's gonna pull back to, the 155. You said that area. I didn't know if you meant the exact, because I have like a line like in that area as well. But I wanted to see how far you thought it was gonna pull back.
Yeah, I would like to see it pull back to 155 for me to really want to short. Yeah.
So there's another one. Can you drop down to the, let's say the 1 hour? Yeah. Okay. Like you see, right before it broke and like this started melting, like the past week. Like, you want to zoom in? Yeah, you had said that okay. Here, where? How do I explain this? Because there was one part where you said it was gonna pull back, and I thought it was gonna pull back further, and you ended up coming down and then hit like that resistance line, and then it went back and pulled up even further. So yeah, you could have profited off of it going to that actual level, but then it eventually pulled back up further to where I thought it was going to be. So that's why I kind of got thrown off.
Okay. Yeah. It's not that I see GJ. It's I would like. What is this? How the fuck am I charge the switch? I would like to see GU pull back into 155 before I look to short.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys got any other questions?
When's the new YouTube video coming?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm in the process of hiring a full-time videographer so I could do more YouTube videos. Probably this week, I'll probably do like I don't know if maybe like live trade breakdown. I just withdrew a lot of funds from a brokerage. I'm gonna put it into a new one when the support team opens up. So I'll let you guys know if everything goes well. I'm gonna test it, do a little withdrawal, and then I'll let you guys know. We'll broke
The new video is gonna be with Habibi. Habibi gonna be in the new video.
Nah. He's cool though. He's a cool guy. Yeah. You guys got any other questions? Anything you guys want me to cover?
Hey Raul, on the Discord, where do we send that email confirmation for our account? Because I tried replying to the day trading team. It says I can't send my shit.
Worst case scenario, just email the team, which is info@daytradinginstitution.com.
Alright.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, cool. All right, so you guys got any other questions? Anything you guys want me to cover?
Quick question, real quick, Raul. Do you calculate silver's pips like gold?
Yeah, you pretty much just move the decimal point over. So like on gold, what I do is, let's say my target is 1800 pips. It's actually 182.24 pips. You just move the decimal point over by 1. So in this situation here, right, this is 510 pips. Yeah, this is like 551 pips. Then this is also 551 pips. You just
Okay,
literally
thanks.
move the decimal point over.
Because I tried to do it on my FX book to do it fast, but it was like throwing me off.
Actually, I'm gonna drop an indicator later on in the chat so you guys could use. It's a position size calculator, which I think the video should be up on the course already. I made a video on it. If not, I'll check again. Yeah, but it's a position size calculator indicator, so you can do everything on the fly.
Jero, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
When is the best time to take a funded challenge of the FTMO or FPMS?
Yeah, after you've been profitable on your live account for at least 3 months.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah, that's the best time.
Yo, just to go back on the indicator you were saying, can you show us real quick on TradingView? Just so how it works.
It's not on TradingView, it's on your MetaTrader 4. It's just a
Oh.
position size calculator. What I'll do is after this webinar, actually, hold on. I'll drop the link so you guys can download it.
Can
And
you also show us how to download it into a NT4?
all the instructions will be on the website.
I bet.
So let me find it. Okay. Let me post this in the. Where should I post this? I'm gonna post it in the announcements. Okay. There you guys go. So you can just go on their website, should be here. And it gives you all of the instructions on, what everything does, what everything is. I'll make a video on it. I already have a video on it. It should be up on the course by now. Yeah, but this is a great indicator. It's pretty much a position size calculator indicator. I've used this one in the past. It's a great indicator. Works very, very well.
Does it work on mobile too?
No. Only on your actual computer. Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions?
Hey Raul, I got on the call a little late. Did you do a NAS breakdown yet?
No, I didn't. I don't really trade NAS like that though.
What I'm basically waiting for is it to because it hit a support level, a daily support level, you could say, at 14,420 on Friday.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much waiting for it to pull back up somewhere into my next area of resistance I see is 14,650. And then if it breaks that, I'm looking for it to come back up into 14,830 area so I can go short again, just if it holds. But just wanted you to do a breakdown real quick, just to see if I see the same thing that you're seeing.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I see. What's more important is what you see, because we're never gonna see the same thing.
Right.
You know, looking at this daily level, the rejections at this level, look at this last rejection here. I'm looking to buy. If I were to be trading, I'd wait for some form of a double bottom after the NYSE open at around 10 o'clock. Look for that double bottom, look to buy. Maybe like a complex type of pullback, but look to buy on the pullback
Mhm.
along those lines. Just because of the level it's at. Look what happened last time NASA was trading at this level. Price went from 14,000 to, what is this? Its highs of 16,000. So I'd be
Mm.
looking to buy for at least short term, just because of the way the weekly is forming, the monthly as well.
Okay.
Maybe even look to sell around this area here, 14,700. Yeah,
Yeah, I was looking at that same area. All right, so I'm just using like your analysis to see like if I'm on the right track. I know we don't see the same things, but if we have like similar analysis, I know like what I'm doing is working. So
yeah,
appreciate it.
cool.
Yo, Rollo, I got a question real quick.
Okay.
So this happened on Thursday. I'm just trying to see if I'm trying to work on my entry signals and candles on GJ. So on the 4 hour, there was a bearish engulfing, and I didn't get in on the trade because I was trying to see if it would retest that zone between 154, 874, and 155. But because of that bearish engulfing, I kind of second guessed myself to see if it would test the 154, which it ended up doing. But I don't know if like what your thoughts would be when you see a bearish on the four hour, if that would be enough for you, or if like I was right in waiting to see if it would retest and it just didn't. So you can't catch them all.
54?
Yeah, it was like on the 4 hour, it's that first, that bearish engulfing right after that tiny little bullish one right there on the 2200 time frame.
So on the 4 hour time frame, you're talking about a bearish engulfing at 154. 154 is right here.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, you're like zoomed in. No, sorry, this is back on January 20th.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
January.
January.
Yeah, just like
January 20th. Yeah, so is it
there
this
you go. No.
or this one? Has to be one of these two.
Yeah, you're on the East Coast. Sorry, that's probably why. 2200 would be 1 a.m. for you. Yeah, so you're the 1 a.m. on the 20th.
Is
There
the
you
one
go.
the first one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I would have taken a sell in this area because if you break it down to the hour time frame, what you
Yep.
see is rejection, rejection, rejection again. So I would have taken the short. You could have
Okay.
waited for what were you waiting for exactly?
I guess I was waiting for it to pull back up into, I have a support zone kind of right around 155, 154 to 155 area right there.
154 is way down here. So 155.
Yeah.
You mean 155 and 156?
Oh, I guess, oh, you're way up there. I was talking about like right 3 candles before close last week, but kind of like down there by the very end before it breaks your support line.
Before it breaks this support line.
Yeah, that one. That one that goes right through the like
Oh, this-
there, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't have taken a sell there. I would have
Okay.
waited exactly where you were saying retest and then look for that rejection down.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
did well by not taking a sell there.
All right.
Yeah, this would have been an impulse sell based off FOMO.
The market just opened right there when it sold.
Right here?
When it melted, yeah. It was Thursday, like at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good play. Cool. So, any of you guys got any other questions before I end the webinar? No? All right, so later tonight, Probably a little bit earlier than London session. I'm gonna be in the live trading room, so you guys can come on, ask me more questions to kind of compensate for the shorter webinar. I do apologize again for the random, notice, but I have some things I gotta attend to. So I'm gonna stop the recording.